Gonna work on this Swank lighter made out of Japan. Swank J2 is the name of it. Took the filler valve off, it's in here, and I took the flint out. The filler valve is one of them oddball, non-rebuildable Japanese ones, but it's not leaking, so I'm not even going to touch that area. If you ever have to fix one of them, it could be a little bit of a problem, because if I'm pretty sure that's a non-rebuildable one. I've had them like that before, but this lighter, like I said, is very good shape. I'll go ahead and disassemble it. That's a pretty loose screw there. I checked this, I put some butane in, it was blowing out past here. Man, there's no resistance to that at all. Well, I can see why. There's no O-rings on here. Should be an O-ring here and an O-ring here. None on there at all. Any one of it was leaking out. I don't know why it didn't have any in it. Somebody must have taken it apart because it was leaking there. And probably broke the old seals trying to get them off or something, but anyway. There's a see that brass, there's a brass washer or something down in there. It's not coming out. Put a little butane in there, maybe that'll force it out. Possibly. Let me try that. No. That's not forcing out. Okay. And I put some in here earlier. It was leaking out here, and I wasn't getting any out here, so we got a plugged up lighter. Most likely, as old as this lighter is, it's probably a plugged up pressure washer, or as I call it, a sponge. Okay, looks like it's to loosen this one up, you got to turn it clockwise. All right. Hold that back. Okay. There's that. There's that. Looks like we got a screw underneath here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. It just all lifts off, just like that. We'll set this aside. And that's a little spring with assembly right there. I'll go ahead and remove that. Get some of my tools down here. You see how that works right here? When I close this lid, this is going to go down. It's probably going to push on a part right underneath there. It's probably going to push on a part of that, and that's going to move that down. Yeah, see it? That's how that's opening and closing right there. All right. There's that. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I got this light that I always use. I got it kind of underneath my camera lens here, so if you get a little where I can zoom out a little bit. You guys can still see what I'm doing. Hold on a minute here. Still trying to come up with some good lighting situation. Best I can do at the moment. There we go. That's gotta work. Might be a little hazy right here at the edge of the screen, but all right. Now, looks like we got another screw down here. Take off. Must be a, yeah, that's different. It's got a, alright. Alright, we'll get this out. We got a spring underneath there. Alright. Okay. And I suppose that pops out of there too. This little part here, yeah. Okay, see what we got. See how that little valve screws in there? Well, looks like we're gonna need a specialty tool. Let's see what I got here. Let's try this one. Oh, bingo. I think that worked. Let me see. Oh, man. Did we get lucky or what? Alright, you gotta be careful. I got a little spring right here. Right over this. This is your needle valve here. That goes up and down, so there's always a spring on there. Looks like this has got a bunch of soot. There used to be a, I don't know if you can see it. There used to be a stopper on here. It's gone. I can see a little bit of it on this spring here, so what I'm going to have to do is soak that. Best stuff to use to soak this, guys, is some MEK. Just leave these two items in there while I'm kind of getting the wire cleaned up. Stuff will clean that up quick. All right. We got that out of there. Let me see. That's actually pretty clean. Actually pretty clean. I'm going to see if I can't blow that. Nah, it's not coming out. Alright. I'm going to have to get a little something down in there and poke through that hole. You know, sometimes you need this pencil. Small and wiry. This is basically just out of this little thing here. I just stripped a tie, twist tie, you know, like you get off a loaf of bread. I just stripped it. Alright. Sometimes getting in that hole's the hard part. Take longer to do that than does it actually fix the bottom end of this. There, I think we got her. There we go. There's a little metal disc that come out of there. Yeah. Yeah. Now you can probably see through. I think you can possibly see through that hole down the paver. Yeah. Good deal. Good thing about that is that's actually fairly easy fix. At least most of the time. Usually do is on this spun side here, this is where the dirt's going to be. Watch when I pull this out, that's going to be grimy on the end. Not that bad, but still. Do that several times. Gentleman, you know, I had a gentleman email me earlier today, and he's repairing lighters out of the UK, and he asked me a couple things and where to get some filters and stuff for these lighters that I cut, you know. And I told him where, and he said a few other items like, you know, it would be great, guys, to have an ultrasonic cleaner, like he said, and it sure would. You'd get down in there, but you know, I just when I get to repairing lighter, I just want to, you know, get in there and get it done. I won't have to take a lighter completely apart like right now. I don't have to take that out because, you know, that's good. So I take that out, ultrasonic it, then I gotta dry it. But you know, if I was working on, let's see what we got here. Maybe we gotta blow this out a little. Yeah. And I thought about that before, but I don't know. Maybe I'm pushing. Might eventually someday, if I was working on high-end lighters, I guess I'd probably do that, because if you're repairing high-end lighters, making them look good would definitely be advantageous. But there's some other things he recommended too, which at the moment I can't remember what it was. But he was right. You never get to a point where no matter what you're doing or where you know everything, or I still got some dirt down in there because I'm a firm believer if you got several different people that several different ideas going toward the same, goals, fixing something, sometimes it just works out. It just works out to where somebody has a better idea than you got. And man, if it can save you work, man, I know guys that I've worked with, and they're good guys and everything, and real smart guys. But I know some guys that just, it's like he always does things, or he always goes around it instead of straight through it, so to speak, as far as getting it done. He's so kind of like, what's the word? He's so freaking precise about things that he goes into detail rather than just making it quick, and getting it done. Especially, let's see what we got now. Well, I still got a plug in there. But, everybody thinks differently. I'm kind of slow at getting stuff processed anyway. Yeah, I got a plug in there still. I don't know what it is. I can't get it out. I have to run this thing through there again. But, I've done a job one time for 25 years, done things the same way, and just never really paid attention to it, and finally decided I'm going to try this, and worked out better. And I thought, man, I'm sick, but that's just the way I am. I just never really gave it much thought. I always did it one way, and that's the way I did it. So, boy, can you believe that? I hit that hole first time. Anyway, when it comes to lighters, lighter repair, and hey, you know what? However you get it done is, and it works, is the right way. I had a guy one time teach me a job. He showed me how to do it, how he did it. He says, you know what? I don't care how you do it, how you get to it, but this is the end result of it. So, that's, and it was smart because everybody thinks a little bit differently. They might have a different approach to things, but as long as the end result's done the way the guy wanted it, that's what I did. And that guy that was a way to tell somebody, this is what the end result's got to be. It's what it's got to look like. How you get there doesn't matter to me, because everybody thinks a little differently about things. So they might have a little different technique. Doesn't mean it's the wrong way, it's just a different way. Most boring part of the job right here. Cleaning it up. But nevertheless, it's part of the job. Okay, that's clean. I don't know if that end's clean. I'm going to have to get some cotton down in this other end, because I can't get a Q-tip down in there. As you get a little older too, you start thinking a little differently than when you was younger. Yeah, there's a little dirt on that still. Let's use the other end. I'm going to be 60 years old here, about a year. I'll tell you what, I think differently, that's for sure. And you should think differently as you get older. Alright guys, I think I got everything cleaned there. Let's get back to it here. Now, you can probably see the crud on the end of that. That's part of the old filter. That's got to be cleaned off. And it's always green, seems to be. Every time I do one of these, take it apart and clean it, seems like it's always green. What I do is just scrape it off. It's on there kind of hard sometimes. Just easier to scrape it off. Okay, that's that. Now I gotta have a filter. I don't know what size was in there, but we're gonna measure. How you determine that size of the filter you want is right here. Just measure this. 2.37. Well, let's do I think I got one right here. Let's do a 2.5 millimeter punch. We'll go with that. Get my book out here. My hammer. Let's see. Get my filters. Let's try to find a filter. I get these filters, guys, out of disposable lighters. Break them apart. So they usually come on top of one of these here too. Anyway, that's usually what mine looks like. The bottom's got like a little paper bottom, so when you're putting that filter in, always make sure that paper bottom's, you want this little disc on top of the sponge area, not on top of the paper. Keep that in mind. Alright. Now what I'm trying to do is now I got to center that over here. Turn my other light on. Try to center that as best I can. Well, I don't know if it's perfect, but it's pretty close. Not bad, I guess. Yeah, I centered that pretty good. For a guy with old eyes. Alright. A lot of time involved on these lighters. You know, some of these guys that do lighter repairs for these factories, they got all this stuff. They just take it apart and grab an exact part right out and go to town on it, you know, get it done. Well, come on. Yeah, I think that rolled over on me. Not bad. Push her down with this. Yeah, we're good there. Now, alright. That looks good. I'll push it down now with this. Make sure it's flat. There we go. That part's done. Now, what I need to do is, I don't want to lose none of this. Put that stuff in here. Tell you what, people, some of this stuff has feet and it just likes to walk off. Alright. There's part of that valve. That's where that O-ring came out. And that O-ring is hard. That's going to have to be replaced. Trying to think of what I'm going to use here for that. Let me see here. I think I got something right here. You don't want that O-ring is going to fit around that valve. I want to show you. Look at that. See all that dirt in there now? That was dirty before. That stuff, miracle worker. Like fun to get a hold of that valve. And I gotta get a hold of that spring down in there too. Alright. See how clean that spring is now? I'll put that baby back down there. Okay, now this O-ring goes over this. You don't want them to fit tight when you get one to put them on. You don't want it to fit tight, okay? And that was, oh, that's tight. And the reason is because this actually, all this O-ring here does is just seats against there like that. So when the valve is up and open, it doesn't allow gas around here and out through the top of this. I think you see what I'm saying. No gas will come out here, okay? So you don't want them to fit tight around that. That brass has got to just go through there easily. Let's try this one. There we go. That seems good. Be even a plus if it sticks right up in there. And yeah. Even state, let's see here, yeah. That'll work. That'll work. So, oh boy, they don't have a stopper that small. Look at that hole. That's less than a millimeter. I know what I'm gonna have to do. I got the thing, I think, already ready. Yep, here you go. Let's drill this out. I gotta hold that a little bit. Not too much. Don't squeeze down on that. I'm just holding it because it's spinning in my fingers. Let's see here. Pretty close, but I had this spin on it. Let me tighten this jaw up. Here we go. Got that drilled out enough. Yeah, might get a stopper down in there. Something reasonable. You know, usually most of the stuff I work with is like about a 1mm CS or width on the cord, so I'm gonna have to get my variety box out to get find something in here that'll hopefully make for a good stopper. Come in here with my magnifiers and I pick around here and find something small. This is like sometimes when I punch stuff out, and this is old stuff and some new stuff, and sometimes when I punch out, I'll punch multiple plugs out because I know I'll end up using them later. I don't know if that one's going to work or not. That one might. That might work. That might work. Yeah, that's used. We'll see if that works. Let's try those items there. See how small them are? Tell you what. This is, you know what this reminds me of? Working on Dunhill roll gas. They have these real small stoppers that are 1 millimeter in diameter, about a 1/2 millimeter long, and but you got to glue them in on a Dunhill. When I had Dunhill, I did the exact same thing as you see me do on this. I drilled that out. That way I can push that down in there, and it'll set. You won't have to glue it. If you ever have to replace again, pull it out, cut one, stick it in. And waiting. One time I worked on Dunhill roll gas valve like this and stuck one in, glued it, and waited a day or two and got it out. Freaking thing was, it come off. I got ticked off. That's when I thought, you know what? I'll cut that. I'll drill that out. Good Lord. Oh man, I got 2 large stubby little fingers for money to work like this. Wait, hold on, don't tell that went in there good. Alright. Oh, I think we're good to go. Proof's going to be in whether stops up that hole or not. Okay, well that's good. That's good. Now let's put that back together. I guess I better make sure that I don't have a plug in this. I don't know why I didn't do that. I usually blow that out. Yeah, we're good. We're good. It's coming out that side hole there. See that side hole right there? When that opens up, the stopper unplugs that valve. It comes around and goes through this little hole here, right out the top of your valve here. All right. Hit my little base spring here. It's extremely important if you're working on one of these, don't ever lose that spring. Because you just, I don't think you'd find a replacement. Well, there went my, let's just get this down in there real quick. Okay, that's on. Yeah, looks like it's. Let me look. Make sure it's screwed on there. Correct. There we go. All right. We're good there. Let me put the little brass piece back down in here. Fell out when I tipped the lighter over. Okay, flashlight. There we go. All right. I gotta leave that like that. Next, the hardest part's gonna be getting O-rings for this. And I know that. So I don't know if I'm gonna have anything that's gonna be what I need. Oh boy. Let me measure this. Okay. We need something about 3mm external. $3mm. What we got here? No, too small. I think those are too big. I might have to get some. Well, I think I'm gonna have to try that anyway. I'll spread that. We'll see if that works. Okay. that in a, put that one right there. See what we got. You know, that's over the external dimensions of this screw, but I'm going to have to see if it's going to seem like it's going to have any resistance. Or it doesn't. Well, boy, not really. Whew, boy. I'll put a bigger O-ring. Let me try that. That might work. I think that's pliable enough. We'll know when we spread it. Anything's better than what was on it, because there wasn't anything on it. Now let me spread it. Come off. Well, that's a little bit better. I think we might get by with that. And that little brass piece found its way out again, maybe. No, it didn't. I just couldn't see it. That light, about worthless. Yeah, it's in there. We're good. We're good there. So, let's screw this down in and see what we got. Hopefully, screw that down in. No, we ain't gonna get that down in there. You can see that right now. Alright. I'll have to dig up another washer. I can get, yeah, look at that. Probably a good thing it broke. Alright. That one's an old used one. I can get in my drawer here. I think I occasionally put one next to washer here. Out of those ones, it's time to order new O-rings. Now, give me a second here. You can't tell me that I don't have one laying around in here. There, now that's a screw. There's one. There we go. That's one we want right there. Now, you see how I'm opening up them O-rings. Now, if that was a Dural 90 O-ring, doing that to it, it'd break on me. These are Dural 70s. Keep that in mind. You want to be able to spread them a little bit, because you're going to have to spread them, because you're just not going to find the exact perfect size for these O-rings. So, make sure you get Dural 70. That way, you know, there we go. That way you know you can spread it. Spread them anyway. Let me put a little bit of silicone grease on them. Alright, put that back together. So let's put the rest of it together now. Well, I guess I could test it. Shoot some butane down in there. Alright. There we go. Flame adjustment working good. Now let's check the little stopper. Oh yeah. We're good. Alright. I'll see if I can get this thing back together without putting it together wrong, but it's fairly simple. That spring, you got to get the little stopper plate. That's probably going to be the hard part right here. Let's see here. I got to get that above. Yeah. Let me get a small screwdriver. I'm get my head in the way here, probably. over. Yeah, and the spring wants to pop out in the wrong area there. Alright, I think we're good there. Now, little screw, where'd you go? There it is. I've never seen a screw like going to the lighter like that before, but tell you what, it's what I like about kind of doing different designs. It gives you able to see the difference in designs and how people think about operations of different designs. Some of them are really kind of nifty, to be honest with you. Get on there. Get in there. Well, we gotta bring that over enough to find where it's gonna go. Something's holding her up. That's okay. That spring. It's that freaking spring. Alright, let's get that spring back here. Let's hold that in while we're pushing that plate down, possibly, for a moment. There we go. Now, let's see how we're on top of there now. Not quite. At an angle. That'll get her on there. I think I got it started. Yeah. There we go. See how that mechanism, see that little, remember that little ledge spring hinge assembly. When you close that, push it down on this. Alright, next thing we're going to put on this lid hinge assembly here. Okay, just a second. let's open this up and yeah, let's see. It's matter. You can't see it, but it's got a flame on there. And let's see what happens when I. Yep. Okay. And once when I close the valve assembly there. Oop, too fast. There we go. It's good. It's good. Now, you know what? That there just rides on a little brass piece here. So, it ain't gonna hurt. Put a little bit of grease right here. And a little bit of grease up here. I'm never ever probably gonna wear that out, but it's not gonna hurt a thing. Have a little bit of lubrication there. Okay, let's see where I'm at next here so I don't forget. Okay, we're good. I'm right on to here. Alright, now I want to put the screw down. Okay, that's good. Alright, I'm gonna go here. And we're gonna go, oh boy. You gotta see which direction this needs to go. This direction. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna have to hold back on that when I put this on. Get that spring in there. Alright, just a minute, guys. Put a little bit of excess pressure on my fingers there, getting that thing, holding that thing back. Okay. Oops. There we go. All right. Well, let's get a flint in there. Well, that's good. Flame adjustment. Turn the light off so you can see that a little better. Yeah. Now, last thing we do is check for leaks. Good there. Hard to check for leaks on this other one, but we're good to go. Okay, guys. Swank. Hope we don't catch some hands on fire with all that alcohol going on it. Still got to see that little sputter. Still got a little bit of air in the tank. Alright. There we go, guys. Nice lighter. Pretty nice lighter. And there it is. We're good to go. Not a bad repair. Hardest parts, getting a little wire down in there and plug the hole, and getting that little screw back on, hold that spring assembly in there for the shut-off valve. That's it, guys.